Make sure it goes over to. Okay. There we go. All right. Greetings, readers and travelers, and welcome to another episode of Chattin' Stats. My name is Richie Stevens, and I am the host of this Lit RPG podcast. Joining us today, of course, is my co-host, Mr. Joel Harvey. Joel, how are we doing today?
That's me. I'm doing good.
It's good to hear.
I got my moonshine margarita. So feeling good, doing good.
I got my rum and coke, so
ready to be back on the episode. Good vibes.
Good vibes. And joining us today, of course, we know her, we love her. She is everyone's favorite Chaos Gremlin, the author of Knights of Eternity, and our favorite little barbarian in the final call for Legion Publishing's D&D game, Miss Rachel Niekirk. Rachel.
Hi, I am super excited to be back.
Welcome back.
To talk about Desecrate.
I am so excited to talk about Desecrate, but I think before we break in to that, I think we got a few things we got to cover real quick. So, if you saw my post in the Legion page, I mentioned something about a special announcement. Well, the channel's growing. We have some big changes coming to the channel, and I'll go ahead and start by introducing our third official member, Jess. Welcome aboard, Jess. How are you today?
I am fantastic and very stoked to be here.
This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So
it's been very hush hush.
It has been very hush hush. I'm surprised I didn't spill it. I mean,
I might have told one or two people.
You told Matt fucking Denneman. I don't want to hear it. I'm surprised it's not leaked yet. If you told Matt
until last night, though. He didn't know until last night.
I'm surprised he didn't mention.
Jess, I think that counts as like 10 people if you tell Matt Denneman.
Fuck. So, Jess, welcome aboard. So we are restructuring the channel just a little bit. We are going to be doing our normal fun show, but we also have a few shows planned that'll go straight to our YouTube channel. We got the chat booming right now. We love to see it. Welcome, everyone. So going about it, we are going to be doing some fun new segments. One of them is narrator Jessica Threet and I will be doing cold reads every month. Sometimes they will be like holiday planned little ones, just little, one-off things. Our first one is going to be at Halloween. So I'm trying to debate if we're going to do a live stream for that one or not, if we're just going to do it here or just upload it straight to the YouTube channel. It all comes down to when we get the material to go for that stuff. And speaking of which, hi, Miss Jessica, you lovely delight. Hey. So we got some stuff planned. Joel has a few video essay ideas, origins of Lit RPG, breaking down the system of each individual Lit RPG. I think those would be fun ideas. And we're still going to be doing our Bard's Tale, where we sit down and talk with narrators, as well as main show. We have a D&D game planned, and we're also going to have some themed months. Like in the month of February next month is Harem Month. So we're going to be talking about harem novels in the Lit RPG universe. And of course, Jessica 3 has narrated a few of those.
Cool.
And I'm going to see if we can get some fun guests on. Deacon Frost is already confirmed for that one, and that one is going to be a fun episode. But we also have possibly a fantasy dating game where I'm going to steal one male narrator and a few female narrators. And if you've ever been to Dragon Con, they do the fantasy dating game there, and it is so much fun. I didn't go this year, but last year they had Harmon Cooper and Jeff Hayes.
Last year was hilarious.
Last year was fucking awesome.
It was funny.
Harmon Cooper was playing as the assistant from the feedback loop, where Jeff Hayes obviously was Quantum Fuse. And then they went over and Matt was the gentleman caller, and there were the three female suitors, and Matt was just Matt fucking Denneman, and Jeff was the voice of Samantha and Donut.
Oh my god.
It was fantastic. So
I want to say one of the female suitors was a hamster.
I thought she
I
was a
think they
ferret.
were like the
Was it a
animal.
ferret?
I thought it was a
was a
ferret.
small
I don't remember.
animal of some
It was a rodent of some kind.
Yeah, it was a
fucking
small
creepy.
animal of some kind.
So, but we have a lot of fun things in store. We're still pitching around the idea of starting like a Patreon or something like that, just so that way, money goes back into the channel. It doesn't go into us. So it's just a little thing. Support us. We got some shirts. We have hats now. This one is a Timothy McGowan hat, but we have partnered with Paul Pollard and his business. So we'll be selling Chattin Stats hats. And if you saw me
They're
at
good
Dragon
hats.
I was wearing one.
They do look pretty dope.
But yes, do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I tried to give it to Matt. Oops, my bad. I was gonna ask if you had yours, and I gave it to Matt. Oops.
Yeah, you
So,
gave mine
anyways,
away.
I'm sorry. But guys, we are live, so
I didn't even get one in the first place. So
let's. I think we should go ahead and dive straight in to talk about some Desecrate. What do you guys think?
hell yeah, let's
Mhm.
get into it.
So actually, before we start that, because Joel and I have shared our thoughts on it, Jess, you just finished reading Calamity, and you got halfway through Desecrate.
I did, yeah. I kind of plowed through this book. Calamity took me about a day and a half, and I started Desecrate yesterday, and I'm halfway through it already. It's been
All good,
really,
love.
really good.
See,
I was gonna say, rip go hard. Give me your vibes. I want to be wounded so badly. My ancestors feel it. Like
I can't.
don't.
It was really good. I think the build up in the
delighted.
first book, that first setup in the first book was just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, so I
It
have
is.
to ask. So I can. I'm gonna try to be spoiler free, but also maybe be a little horrible to you.
It's like
So that, no. So I can tease a little bit. What bit are you on in Desecrate, roughly?
so. Lysander is back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
He is not a gilded knight anymore.
No.
I'm also trying to be spoiled.
I know. I really like. It's what you're doing. I
It's
think I know where
very
you are.
difficult. It's
Like
very
things-
difficult.
Like things have happened. He's
Yeah,
kind of a different guy now.
So much
Yeah.
has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lysander is back.
It's so.
Wait, hang on.
I know exactly where
Paul.
she's at. Yeah,
I'm
we got.
Joe,
I'm
and
just going. I'm
Jessica.
going through.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking. I keep forgetting that I can see the comments to the side. He's definitely a rodent. I am. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh no, they were talking about the rodent from the fantasy dating game.
Yeah, from the dating
I
game.
can. I can make it about me if I want to. How dare you?
So I need to adjust my camera a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure. I just got this whole new setup, so I'm trying to get used to everything. So looking at the screen, I can't put it on top of the monitor because there is legitimately no room. The monitor is touching the bottom of my shelf.
It's cramped.
It is. It's cramped in here. So I have it sitting on just a stack of books because it doesn't have a tripod or anything. But I can't really hold it like right here. Just hi, how you doing? So I'm just trying to.
I don't think I ever took a picture of the setup I used when we, Jack Fields is the DM for the amazing D&D game we have. Is it Final Sunday Squad? I should know the name of the D&D game I am in. But in the house where I am, we don't have a desk. So how I play is I get 2 tins of paint and I balance them on the bed under, like on top of 2 planks of wood for balance. And that's how I play. So I sit
You have to
cross-legged
improvise.
on the bed.
Do what you
Yeah.
Oh
gotta
God,
do.
Ryan Maxwell's here. We gotta
Ryan!
behave. We have to
Yeah,
behave.
yeah.
No, we don't. That's the opposite. If
We
Ryan's
have to
here, that's
behave.
like, yeah,
Right?
sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Ryan is a legend. But yeah, that's how I have to. That's my setup. So we're all a little bit ratchet here. That's okay.
Yep.
Right.
So I try to make eye contact, at least looking over at the camera, just because I want to stare into your souls. But anyways, don't make eye contact with me. It's fine. So that's great. How do we?
So yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, so Desecrate is.
Rachel.
I'm trying to explain it without spoiler.
I was gonna say, just give us the premise because obviously shit kind of hit the fan at the end of Calamity.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Look at
beautiful
it.
thing.
Wait,
It's
there
so
it is.
pretty.
Beautiful. I'm trying to get it out of the ring camera. It's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
So it's Rashid Al Akroka. I'm gonna fuck up his surname, but he's based out of Kuwait. And Blanche here. Ryan's alter ego is Blanche from the Golden Girls. When I say alter ego, I mean
That's a
he
good
is
alter
Blanche
ego.
from the Golden Girls. It's a good alter ego.
That makes sense.
So the artist is Rashid Al Akroka. I think is how you say his name. He's based out of Kuwait. He also does the Quest Academy books, and he is absolutely amazing. He is so good, and I'm so thrilled with all of the covers. So in the first one, it's just Zara the Fury. Oh, it's so good. So the premise of the books is a girl meets her end, not by a truck con, but by equally dastardly means, and ends up trapped in the body of an arcade game villain. And the first book is much more. She ends in the world, and it's pure chaos. I wanted something where I didn't want an MC who figures everything out immediately. She is doing her best. There's a lot of flailing. She is not handling things in the absolute best way. Mention it because that with some readers wasn't a vibe, not a problem. And then second book, she's kind of more, she's getting her shit together. She's understanding how the system works. She start being like, no, I want to master this. Like, this is a game. Like, if this is a game, I want to kill it. So she gets a lot more confident. She's much more different. And in the first book, very slight spoiler, but I think it's okay. Zara the Fury, she's trapped in the body of Zara the Fury. And the Fury shows up at the end of the first book and is not very happy that some random lady has taken over her body. She actually calls her the parasite.
She was very mad.
She was very mad.
You big Angie.
No, she mad. She angry. She's like angry, but times a million.
Oh, she big Angie. It's all.
She big angry.
She's scary.
So I wanted in the second book. I'm a fan as well, and the voice, Andy, because it's narrated by the amazing.
Andy fucking kills it with the narration.
Absolutely.
She's so good, and like I because whenever because I worked in video games before this, and whenever I think that was really good practice for kind of giving the notes for narrators when it comes to this stuff, because I don't give accents. I don't say this is the accent. I don't say anything like that. I just give notes of this is their motivations. This is what they're thinking of. Like, this is the vibe. And I love doing that because I always get surprised by the voice that either the actor when it was games, Andy in this case, because it might not be something that I had envisioned when I was writing, but it always fits perfectly. And that's why I love giving it, because just because it works in my head does not mean it would work when someone is listening to it, or it doesn't mean it would be the most readable. So she absolutely knocked it out of the park. Zamasthil nailed it. Hello. So the first book ends, Zara is not having a good time. She's very pissed. So the second book is an awful lot. Zara, she wants her body back, and she's not too happy. Hey, Kyle. Why did I say your name weird? Hi, Kyle. That was a better way of saying it. I don't know what happened. Kale? I called you Kale.
I think it was supposed to be Cat.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry. Apologies. Joel is very pretty too. How dare you? I got your back, Joel.
Handsome. Joel's pretty.
Oh,
so
thank you, Rachel.
Much
love.
Yeah. So that's I'm trying to give it away. So you find out a lot more about who Zara is, why the fuck she was engaged to a piece of shit mage who was clearly torturing her, who her people are.
Dude's a cuck. Dude's a straight fucking
He
cuck.
is.
I don't give a shit.
I
I try to be, respectful of people when
Not
we
this
are.
guy.
No, fuck this guy. I want to
No,
kick
he's
him
the
in
worst.
the dick.
In fairness, he's the worst.
I will say in book 2, I'm very surprised by who the main bad guy ends up being.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
You're in for some shit, girl.
I'm very surprised.
You're in for some shit. Joel.
Yeah. So during the whole beginning of book 2, I was constantly asking myself, what would I do in their situation?
Mm-hmm.
For Valerian, yeah. For Valerian, I was like, at some point, like, even though they're like NPCs, like they are so real.
Yeah.
And at some point, you just got to ask yourself, like, is my life really worth it? Like, I'm a total asshole.
Well, because I wanted, I always love stories where the villain is complicated, and I really wanted to write a story where if the MC, if she been a slightly different person, but more importantly, if she'd had different people in her life, if she'd made different choices, she would have been the villain of the story. Like it could so easily, just with a few different decisions. And I really love, you see points of view from the real villain's perspective. And you kind of realize that this man is deeply fucked up. Like some really awful things have happened to him. It doesn't excuse what he's done, but I really wanted
some trauma.
He has a lot of trauma, exactly. So I wanted that kind of more story,
That's one thing I do love about this book is I'm a sucker for the trauma dumping in books. There's a fuck ton in this series.
Even all the trauma though, like he doesn't have a choice.
No.
Right.
He has to be the bad guy. He has to.
Maybe.
I mean,
see, I love this because I can't mention the end.
At the point that I'm at so far, he has to be the bad guy. There's he doesn't have a choice.
Personally has no option otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
so I'm already with what you're saying. I'm already so excited for you to read the end of the book. Like
I'll probably finish it tonight. I'm gonna finish it tonight.
There's no hurry.
I'm gonna message you, and I'll be like, "Oh my god."
I'm glad you mentioned like you like make your characters complicated, and like in the main character's case, she could easily be the bad guy. One of the things that me and Richie mentioned whenever I finished the book, because he called me and I talked to him about it, and I was like,
every morning.
I feel like everyone's just an asshole.
It's like real life.
There's one character that I did not think was an asshole, and I'm kind of afraid to mention it.
Is it Lucas? Or is it not Lucas?
Yes,
do you think Lucas is an
Lucas.
asshole? It is Lucas.
Oh, yeah. No, Lucas is not an asshole.
Oh, no. I like Lucas.
Don't worry, it's okay.
The reason why I'm afraid to mention it is because Rachel has a propensity for killing off characters that you love.
Well, here's the thing. Book 3 is already done. So
yeah.
I had it, and it was very.
So mentioning it now doesn't really matter. But
Joel, here's the thing, and I don't even think Rachel knows this yet, but I beta read the book for Legion.
Did you finish it?
I did.
Oh.
So I have to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, okay. I'm extra. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I won't lie. Like people die.
So,
like people
no
die.
Spoilers.
No, of course not. No.
No spoilers.
I will say.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything. I am not going to spoil anything.
Is she going to piss me off?
See, that would I can't answer that yes or no because that's going to be a spoiler.
That would be a spoiler.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to say yes just to get you pissed off, but also I want to say no.
Keep it zipped. Keep it zipped, Richie.
I mean, whatever I say, I could be just fucking with you at this point.
Okay, I'll be honest with you, Joel. I think I'll piss you off a little, but not as much as you expected.
Okay.
Is that like you still gonna be a bit mad, but you're gonna walk away being like, I only want to take one of her kneecaps, not both of them. Like that kind of.
Okay. I'll let you pass for now.
I'll take it. Yeah, okay. I'm safe for now. But when I wrote the ending, because it's the thing that's so funny about publishing is I'm talking about book 2, but I've already written book 3 and I know how it's going to end. And it's very strange because when I wrote the ending, now initially when I did the first draft, I was in such a blur. I was like, get this fucking thing off my computer. And I just kind of went and I lay down for a week.
Right.
But when I got it back from copy edit and then I was going through it, I got to the ending and I actually had a cry. Because I knew I wasn't going to see these characters anymore. And it's the thing And like, okay, it's a little bit cringe, but it's like these characters have become so real to me. And it's something I hope, I'm still learning as a writer. This is Baby's first trilogy. You sound like Ron reading. Yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah. I quite like that.
That's good.
10 out of 10.
Also, I apologize. I had my apparently when I hooked up the new webcam, it switched over my audio to that, so I just had to switch it back. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me know that my audio was a little bit quieter.
You
I didn't even notice.
It was also a little echo weird.
It's because it was coming off of the
a lot
webcam.
better
It wasn't coming off of this. So
Oh.
no one told me before Ryan. So Ryan, thank you.
I mean, I barely noticed it. So.
That's fine. I'm usually just screaming. Anyways, so it doesn't matter.
I think one of the hardest things for me is that I'm really good at empathizing and putting myself in the place of the characters when I'm reading the book. It doesn't matter what book it is. I always put myself in that world and in that character, and it's been very difficult. Very emotionally difficult.
Yeah. Ryan, this is Ryan being Pete Blanche. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, Ryan loves me. He was saying that to me. That was directed at me. I mean, I'm sure he loves you too. But
that's like a compliment. Still, you're just like, that's my compliment.
Well, and you know what? In fairness, his mic was kind of a dud, so I'll let him have this one. I won't let him have the next one.
That's fair. That's a lot. That's a lot.
But
Rachel. So I'm gonna give like very little context, but you should know what I'm talking about. So the other two know.
Okay.
When you had messaged me, this is the music I'm listening to for writing this one scene. I fucking get it now. I put it on. So
I can't remember. It was something really dramatic. What was it? I can't remember what it was.
It was Attack on Titan music.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I get it. I fucking get it now.
Yeah. And
I've definitely cried reading a few books.
I hope so. I hope that's a massive, but you see, that's a compliment. And then I think it's when I was doing Desecrate, I didn't want to do a Matrix Reloaded on it. Like I didn't want to write a story that was just a lead up for the third book. So like none of these are self-contained arcs. You do need to read them, but I wanted it to have its own story. And I really wanted the focus to be on, so there are these two types of shapeshifters. There are Mulgars, who are like crosses. I think I described them as a cross between an SUV and a badger. They've got 6 legs.
They big babies.
They big babies.
They big babies. We love the badgers.
I adore them. And then you have the Vaxion, who are they kind of look like, someone pointed out to me, Displacer beasts from Dungeons and Dragons.
That makes sense.
With like that kind of vibe.
That makes sense.
I have to ask.
Oh yeah.
Because we do love your Larian Studios, connections and everything. Was Karlach just in mind when you were coming up with like just the image for Zara?
Oh, the image for sure. I think I sent Karlach, and then there was I can't remember her name. There was a wrestler who dressed up as Karlach.
Rhea Ripley. Rhea
was
fucking
her?
Ripley.
Yeah, I sent that. I didn't know that was her name, but I sent that picture.
Yep, nope, that's
Richie got too excited about that one.
He did.
Okay, so here's the thing. I watch wrestling. And everything they're doing with Rhea Ripley right now is just it's fucking good. So,
he just knew.
Yeah,
she could put me through a table and I would say, yes, ma'am, thank you. Okay, we're good. Like that's like I'm talking like full choke slam through the table.
If she brought out the metal chair, it's just dessert, So I actually didn't know that was her name. I've heard of it, but I didn't know that was her. So that was one of the pictures I sent, because it got sent around at Larian because people were super excited. So when we were doing the cover, I was like, oh my God, I saw this badass wrestler. So yes, that was I used that. And then I used from the first Wonder Woman movie when they had all the Amazons were like CrossFitters, like 8 packs. So those were the images I was sending, because I really didn't want because like sometimes when you see images of muscled ladies, like, okay, they have like whittle muscles and then like giant titties. And like, if you're into that, not a problem. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted a woman who actually looked like she could break me. So that was the goal. So yes, those were some. You're quite correct there. So not Karlach specifically, but a woman dressed as Karlach.
I was playing some Baldur's Gate earlier before obviously the stream because why not? Like just the game is too fucking addicting, and I'm doing a druid playthrough right now, and I went immediately for Karlach before I went and got Will because I want to see that interaction.
I'm starting my honor run soon.
You're doing an honor run? Oh,
I'm gonna do an honor run.
I'm doing a dark urge run.
No, my girl Alfira, my heart.
It's okay.
She is probably my favorite.
I'm just not even gonna go talk to her just because I don't want the heartbreak.
Alfira.
It doesn't matter. It still happens. You'll still know inside how good of a person she is.
Yeah.
It's
I remember
when her insides are out. That's when you know exactly how
good. I still remember talking to the VFX guy who was incredibly good. He was actually so good he almost always ended up doing blood because apparently it can be quite difficult. So he took great pleasure in every time I was, because he was near the kitchen. So every time I would pass by, he'd be like, Rachel, and I'd come over and he'd just be working on like adding a little extra bit of entrail to her. And I would just, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. He got very excited about the broken horn. I think one of her horns was snapped off when the Dark Urge is done with her. He got very excited about that detail.
Jesus.
I mean, when you're playing the game, like
I'm not that sadistic.
Like, aren't you though?
It looked like someone had fun with this.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Like I think you got that. His name is Olivier, and he's extremely good at what he does. So I had tremendous fun there, and it's funny. There isn't too much crossover between like video game writing and like novel writing per se, but it's the unexpected things. It's like the stuff about the narrators. It's kind of obviously the dialogue itself in it. I really love writing dialogue.
Random teleportation where dinosaurs show up, like a bunch of things.
Oh, stop. So I was I was in the meeting where that got pitched. Because the thing we were sorry if anyone hasn't played Baldur's Gate, I apologize.
What the fuck?
My bad.
All right, Joe's bad.
I was wrong.
Accurate. So there's this area called the circus, and in it there's this genie, and he's a total fucking con artist, right? He's got this spin the wheel, but every time you spin the wheel, you lose, right? Yeah, right. So
I became a wheel of cheese.
Yeah. Oh, I have another story about the wheel of cheese. Hang on, sorry. I'll finish the first one. So the guy working with me on this, so there's usually a writer and a scripter, right, on each area. So the scripter is kind of like doing the more technical side and like co-designing along with the writer. That's a bit simplified, but like that's the dream team. And so during the writing, we're working on this and we have a problem. So usually when you get caught stealing something, okay, it triggers crime reactivity, which means a guard comes up, you get arrested, or there's combat. Right?
Yeah.
Straight away, like if it happens in the Druid's Road, everyone is mad at you. So the problem with that is the Druid is full of like monsters and people with like extra powers, their story and all that. So you can actually wipe out the entire area like that. So we're like, okay, we need to do something other than traditional crime reactivity. And Nikita, who is like this quiet Russian man, very unassuming. And we're in a meeting, we're trying to think about it. And he just goes, dinosaurs. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, he teleports you to dinosaurs. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Oh my God. But I was also like, there's no way. I was like, because like of the assets, like you need to create like level design would have to come in. They have to create a whole new area. We're in like the final stages of the game. It was like, I think it's brilliant, but we're never going to like pass this idea. And we're in the meeting with the head honcho going through this. And he's like, that's brilliant. I love it. And like, we were all like, it's so much more work, but we're happy. It was great. And the same with the cheese. Like it's why I love the team at Larian. Like we just like, again, it was the same guy. It was Nikita. I was too pedestrian, right? I thought, okay, he'll transform you into something. I was like, he can turn you into a frog. And Nikita's like, cheese. And I'm like, you're fucking genius.
The cheese was great. The cheese was perfect. It was fantastic.
See, my favorite thing is I was doing the lover's quarrel test. And I had just applied all the clown makeup. So here I am in full clown makeup as my Oathbreaker Paladin covered in blood, just confessing to Shadowheart, "Hey, baby, I love you."
I did that scene, but I did it with Asterion.
And here's the best part about this was
it was fantastic.
Stephen Landry is in the party chat with me watching this because we were playing it together, and he's taking screenshots.
Oh my God.
Rachel, I sent you the screenshot.
You did.
And because I think I sent it to Jack as well. Because it's one of my favorite things, because I was like, huh, that dark elf looks familiar. Is that my boy? And then I, of course, that very night in game, I got the romance scene with Shadowheart, and I was like, nope, we're turning private back on. I'm not letting Steven infringe on my, romancy time.
The lover, the lover's test is, I think, one of the most complicated dialogues I worked on in it, and it's
so good.
Well, it's the thing. So it's the thing. You always forget. Like this is stuff I didn't appreciate until I worked on dialogues in games. So it's a string of questions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't be that complicated. String of questions. There's I can't remember. Is there 6, something like that, and it branch off from there. So we call it a node. So that's the box where the person's answer comes up. So we just call those node. There's over 500 of them in that dialogue.
Holy fuck.
That's so many.
And you might only see, as a player, you're going to see 20, 30.
If even that.
Even that.
Holy shit. That is fucking insane.
It's that, the original Alfira dialogue, your very first one when you chat to her in the grove, 300.
I respect you so much.
Yeah, you don't think about that when you're playing the game. How many different options there are, and how you guys have to account for every single one of
But
them.
hey, hold on. Remember, big game studios like EA and whoever else. I can't remember who else.
Sorry, I don't know you got one and then you win.
No, I was trying to think of who all made this statement, but hey, that's not the standard for video games. Larian just did an amazing job on this. Don't expect that
Actions
from us.
don't need to have consequences, guys.
Fuck you. Give me a good game like that. Because Larian has put out banger after banger after banger after banger.
I'll play it many times over.
Oh, I will too. And
if you kudos, because I still I loved the combat. I adored it. Stuck to it. So kudos for doing honor mode.
Honor mode is a little bit of a sadist move. Like, what the fuck? You psychotic.
I like a challenge, and I will get Shovel every single time.
Hey,
we love Shovel.
Shovel is best boy.
In my current playthrough, I got Shovel last night, and I sent a picture of Shovel straight to Rachel as soon as I got it.
Yeah, I get him, and then I keep him permanently to where I can recast him. I don't want him going away.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
This makes us happy. As I can't speak for all writers, but it makes us so happy when you pick the worst fucking option.
Well, I picked the worst and yet best option during the Bugbear Ogre scene in Act 1.
Oh God, that one.
Because I was showing this game before, because I was playing it earlier. My buddy Shinra, he had a friend join, and she has not seen anything on Baldur's Gate, so I was showing her Baldur's Gate, and I was like, oh, I want to go do this interaction real quick and get her reaction. And she goes, I don't know how that would work. That seems like a lot.
Don't question it.
And of course, I did the option of, I heard some noises, and I wanted to join in.
I did the same thing on my dark playthrough. I did a bad guy playthrough, and I the exact same thing. I was like,
Astarion approved it, and I was like, "Thank you, you sexy vampire boy."
I can't go into too much detail. I didn't work on that scene, but an amazing writer called Ina wrote it, and I can't go into too much, but I will say that was the toned down version of the scene. You should have seen it. It was the first thing she wrote, because I think she was 23, 24. And amazing. She's so sweet. She's so gentle. We saw it and we were like, Ina, Jesus Christ.
I want the non-toned down version.
Yeah,
hurt you.
I need to see the non-toned down.
naughty version. I want the not toned down version.
I will
So-
sub to a Patreon for that shit.
So again, it wasn't me. It was Ina, but we were all like, "This has revealed a new side to this girl that we did not know."
Wasn't
Like,
there? I don't remember if you said his name or not, but there was one of the writers you like constantly kept trying to make blush
Yeah.
with like with dialogue, and I know. Okay, no, I remember you telling me.
No,
about
so there was I always love, he's gonna hate if he sees this. The guy
We're
who
not
wrote
that big, it's fine.
Asterion, right?
Mm.
His name is Stephen. He is
did a
the
good job.
shyest. He's the shyest, quietest, loveliest guy. Oh, wouldn't say boo to a ghost.
No.
I know, right? And it's amazing
shocked.
because oh yeah, he's so quiet. All right, I'm a terrible person. So he's one of my best friends. So if I saw an opportunity where I could make a fan happy, but also ruin his life, delighted. So
I remember that. You did that at Jordan Con. You were like, "There's a fan
Oh,
of
I probably
Asterion,"
did.
and you gave him a call.
Oh, I did. Oh, I did do that. I did do that. Yeah, I did do that. Listen, I got
You
to
know
make
what?
someone else happy and him sad.
If you come to another con in the States, I will happily help you make him uncomfortable because
Yes.
he is my best boy. I met the voice actor who
Neil
did his
Newman,
voice.
yeah,
And
lovely
I
guy.
got a picture with him and I got his autograph. And he was like, "What do you want me to sign it with?" And I said, "Oh, can you sign it with God's You're Beautiful?" Because I make him say that every single time I go to camp. Every time, without fail, I go to camp, I talk to Asterion, I make him tell me I'm beautiful.
Mhm.
So he said it in Asterian's voice, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Oh yeah. So
Oh.
I was lucky enough to have drinks with all the actors at like a wrap party. I met Dave Jones, who plays Halcyon, and like Dave is so funny.
Ooh.
Like he's a great guy, but he has like he sounds similar to Halcyon, but not exactly. Like at the end of the night, we're kind of drunk. We'd had some baby Guinness, and I was like, "Do the voice, do the voice, do the voice, do the voice," and he just goes, "You mean this voice?" And I had to run away. I just ran off. I was just like, "Nope, can't. Nope, gone."
You have no choice. You have no choice.
I
You
couldn't.
have to go.
Um,
I'll be
I
back."
would have probably giggled ungodly.
Oh,
Right,
I was
like-
not.
After I met him with a friend of mine, and after we like in the line, and then after we
Oh, yeah.
met him, we held it in place while we were talking to
Kudos.
him. But
Kudos.
before and after, we just giggled like
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
12-year-old girls.
Kudos.
It was
Again, I've met these people. I have like spoken to them. I've worked with them, and I'm still like, hee hee. Like it's not.
we're like
Yeah. Like just running away.
Yeah, the
Um,
whole like it was fantastic.
But yeah. So I am. Oh yeah. Sorry, embarrassing Stephen.
Yeah, anytime
so-
you want. When you're
Oh,
here,
done.
I will help you.
So there was a
Oh.
play test. So we had playtesters come in and chatting to them in the kitchen. One of them mentioned she's a huge fan of Asterion, absolute adores her, whatever. And I'm like, haha, idea. So I was like, do you want to meet the writer? And she was like, oh my god, can I? I was like, not a problem. Come on, right? So I hop up. I take her over to Stephen, who's sitting there, who's like, do not perceive me. I do not wish to be perceived. And I'm like, Stephen, this is Haley. She absolutely loves Asterion. And, Haley is gushing. Stephen looks like he wants the whole ground to swallow him up. And he's just going, thank you. And I just see him fucking glaring at me. And I'm going, hey. I stand there the whole time, not helping. And I'm just waiting. And then I wait until there's like a natural break in the conversation. And I was like, oh, Stephen, we'll let you get back to work. And I'm like, oh, come on, Haley. So I go to take it back and I turn around and it's just Stephen going at me.
And of course, during Dragon Con, I was blowing up Rachel's phone with pictures
Oh, yes.
of like Baldur's Gate 3 cosplayers.
There were
and
so many.
I
Well,
loved it.
Maddie
There
and I
were so
went to
many.
the aquarium, and there was an Alfira cosplayer there.
I
And
saw them.
I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, one of my closest friends. She's
Mhm.
my Irish bestie. I love her to death. She is the writer for
Mhm.
the character you are cosplaying. Can I take a picture with you
Mhm.
and send it to her? And then if you guys come to the Lit RPG party tomorrow, you can I will show you the reply because she's gonna love it." Of course, send it over. Rachel sends over the reply. Very next day, they're at the Lit RPG party, and it made their freaking night. They were so excited to learn about Lit RPG, but they were so excited,
Yeah.
excited
I bet.
That they're like, how did you meet her? Like, what is this? And I was like, oh, she writes for Legion Publishing, and I know the Legion Publishing people that were like this, so you know.
But
I'll find some pictures of the Baldur's Gate 3 photo shoot that they did, and I'll send them over to you. It was
all of them,
massive.
I love it because I think the message I gave her, I think I gave her massive compliments when I told her to poke Richie, and she did.
She did. Jess, you weren't there for that because you went off to get dinner. Like, who needs to eat?
I hadn't eaten all.
I had chips in my bag.
Listen, someone else was like, "Hey, you need to eat. We're gonna go get dinner." I was like, "Okay."
Dinner.
Kyle, I feel like this is a story.
Have you all screwed up when buying a D&D dice set? You mean like opening the addiction of buying new D&D dice? Because Jesus Christ, yes.
Oh no, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, you can never have enough of any dice. So
both Hilton Steps A and B.
Dude, so in my YouTube, I keep seeing all the like dice that are like they're reinventing them. There's like a disc that spins and like
at the vendor hall they have
a coin that you shake up and it like lands on something.
Yeah,
they're getting crazy with the dice design.
I want to imagine.
And I'm like, I need this. There's like a dagger shaped one. I was like,
that's kind of cool.
I need this.
I was about to say you didn't have me, and then you mentioned a dagger shaped one, and suddenly I'm in.
She's like, I'm sold.
So we know what we need to get.
A dice that I can stab someone with. Yes, please.
Exactly. Think of the possibilities, the role playing possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, Lenora's about to pop off.
Oh, stop. I love her so much. Like, and it's obviously for this barbarian who can't count, is very loud and brash, and isn't the smartest. Obviously have to dig real deep to find this character. Gotta do a lot of mental prep before I play Leonora. But I love her. But Jack is such an amazing. He's such a phenomenal DM, and the voices. Oh, but the voices he can do is amazing. Because I can't do any voices.
I've watched some of the clips on TikTok. They're good. They're hilarious.
His broetry with Justin Thomas James.
Oh,
I fucking love it.
Every single one I watch, I love it. It's so good.
It's so cute. It's so cute, and I love that because the way he writes is how he sounds. Like that's not it. You're just when you're reading it, I can hear him in my head. It's an absolute delight.
The broetry is very wholesome.
It is.
And good. It's just good. And the D&D games.
I'm excited for Lit RPG Con just to see those two interact because I won't be at Jordan Con. So big sad by that one. But
I probably will be.
I'm saving my vacation for Lit RPG Con.
I'll probably because I live in Atlanta, I'll probably be at Jordan Con.
Oh.
We'll see.
What did you say, Jill?
I said I should be at both.
You should be. Okay. Oh, nice one. Because I'm definitely doing Lit RPG Con. I'm hoping to also do Jordan Con because I don't know if I will ever be ready emotionally for Dragon Con because it's so many people.
Dragon Con is a lot. I was getting overwhelmed again this year, and I mean I was
It should be named Lion Con.
It's not.
It's
not so bad if you have a hotel room that you can go to, and then the Westin is usually not super packed, so it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, if you just hang out in the Westin the whole time, then it's a great con.
Yeah,
it should just be called Westin Con.
We'll rename it.
No, there were a few nights that the Westin got a lot louder than I was expecting it to, and I was just like, okay, I can go outside and hear my own thoughts.
I partially blame Matt for that. Matt's fans.
Fucking Matt.
I blame Matt's fans for that.
Look at him, kind of getting books in Target and Walmart and like.
Not true, Geneva, because if Matt's got a panel in the Westin.
Yeah, we tried to get into a panel at the Westin, and the line was so long that we couldn't wait in line.
Yeah, so I just went up to Matt and I was like, "Hey, Matt," and he goes, "Yeah, follow me."
People got so mad. People were so mad.
And he just turned around and he goes, "They're with me."
And then we walked in.
Yeah. And then Steve Rowland, SL Rowland, he was at the cutoff. Like he was the next person to come in and got cut off. So he texts Matt, and so
Ooh.
Matt just went out, grabbed him, brought him in, and he sat up on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So author Steve
Like,
Rowland, the
he's-
stripper, was on stage with Matt Dinneman. I have pictures, and it's fucking amazing.
It was good.
I was gonna say I love it. It's the thing I really love about Lit RPG is like I met Matt at Jordan Con, and he was so lovely. Asked him about my book,
Yes.
wishing me best of luck. There's no like, and look, almost every single person I met in Lit RPG, I have really gotten along with, absolutely adore. Of course, there's gonna be one or two people you don't get along with. Jesus, it's not the Barney After School special, but
Yeah.
99.9% of people, they just love the genre. Like they love the genre. They want to lift other authors up. Like it's so absolutely refreshing.
And that's why,
It's like,
very
we do the
welcoming.
show. We do this to uplift authors and also have conversations with people that I've become really good friends with. I
Yeah,
mean, that's the thing. Like I'm friends with almost every single author we've had on.
Everyone's
And-
very, very welcoming in the entire community.
And I was dragging Jess along with
It
me
seems like all
at
family.
DragonCon. Like she would text me and say, "Hey, Bestie, what's our plan for the day?"
Yeah,
And it's like,
what are
we're
we
gonna
doing?
do
Who are
this.
we talking to?
We
Where are we
tried
going?
filming promos and stuff for our TikTok, but it was just so ungodly loud.
Yeah,
I
And it
was gonna
cutting
say-
out-
it was
cutting out the
too-
mics.
It was too loud. But then at the same time, I was like, "Hey, I have this author I want you to meet.
Yeah.
Come meet
So
this
we were-
author."
So it's
It's good.
yeah, it's a fun time, and
Yeah.
I loved it. The Lit RPG event was an absolute like standout.
Yeah.
think
I
we raised-
heard
I think in,
amazing
like-
things. I heard even people who kind of
Oh,
didn't love
fuck,
Dragon
we got
last
Paul
year
in here.
adored it this year.
talking about being super welcoming.
Oh
This
God,
handsome
it's
devil.
all. Oh no,
We're
not
gonna feed
this
his
guy.
ego a little bit.
Yeah, but-
Mhm.
Not a man who's been absolutely lovely and super welcoming and like comments on my posts and like is just a darling. He's the
Okay,
worst.
is it all your posts or just drunk Rachel posts?
Oh,
Is there a difference?
hey,
Is there a difference?
I mean,
someone asked me once that when I say, it's drunk Rachel time, if I'm actually drunk, and I'm like, oh, I am flaming. Like that's not. I'm not putting that on. Like I am. I think because like I get away with the time. Yeah. Hey, Brian's fine. He's okay. He's,
Okay,
he's-
I mean, he
this is not
threatens to
Paul's
burn
ass, not
everyone with
Brian's.
fire.
there have been sober Rachel posts.
Like I said, is there a difference?
not many.
So
Not many. Like I have been crouched like a gremlin in a pub at 2 a.m. because I was like, fuck, I didn't do my Friday post. And it's just me like trying to show my friend. I was like, do I have the full stop in the right place? Like, because I'm just like my friends say they can always tell. Yeah,
Someone were
my
so
friends say
proofread this for me.
my friends say they can always tell when I'm kind of drunk because they say my grammar gets better because they can tell I'm really trying. Like I'm like reading over like 5 or 6 times, being like,
so
is this
so
human?
what we need is drunk chapters from Rachel.
Wait. Are you implying that her grammar sucks?
No, but there's always room for improvement.
This is true.
So
Rachel, I think your grammar is
I
just
feel
fine.
like this whole episode we haven't even talked about the book.
Yeah,
No,
I
we
was about-
haven't. I'm so sorry.
I was
We
like,
got off on a tangent.
I was going to
On
make a comment
several
about it. I was
tangents.
like, yeah, that's what this whole show is about. We talk about
Yeah.
books and we uplift our people, and then we haven't talked about the book hardly at all. Which I mean,
Yeah.
it's book 2 in a
Um,
series, so it's a
So
little
we're
harder
talking
to-
about grammar or writing in general.
The craft.
No, one thing I really did want to mention,
Oh yeah.
since I'd like to get back to the book, is just the writing, the way you have like Valerian, right?
Valerius. No, you got it. Don't worry,
Valerius.
Valerius. You
Valerius.
got it. You got it. You got
I'll
it.
get it eventually.
good.
Valerius
It adds
is
to it.
died, and then you have
Why say
the
that?
main characters are the Fury, and
Hey, main character has a name and it's System Error.
it's
I actually
MC is what her name is.
when Joel's done, yeah.
No, all right, sorry. Yes. So just the contradiction between like the crazy stuff that's going on one
Mhm.
side and then the not so crazy stuff going
Mhm.
on the other side. Not that it's not crazy, but it's more of like
Yeah.
side quests and
Yeah.
like just doing missions and stuff. I feel like that really added to like, oh, we get a break from like the action for a minute, and it
Mhm.
really elevates those moments where there's like crazy stuff going on, like especially with the beginning. It makes it really shine in your brain, and then like the very ending,
Yeah.
like it just makes those moments pop like even more. And I will say that was
Absolutely.
definitely an improvement
Oh, for sure. I think so too. I
in
agree.
your
I'm
writing
glad you said
style.
that.
Yeah.
Because my first book, sure, I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. So the second book, I was like, okay, I'm going to take the because I am not. So this is the thing that was wonderful about working at Larian. There is no 1-star review on this planet that can hurt me. You cannot break me. So when I get even the really terrible reviews, it's actually really helpful because it's like, okay, I know enough that I can pick through and see, okay, they didn't like this, but I know why. So I was able to take the reviews, the good and the bad, and I really like not trying to toot my own horn, but I am so delighted with the improvement between book 1 and 2 because I think the pacing is better. Which was something that was a problem in book 1. I think the beginning is very slow. So I think
a lot of lit RPGs struggle from that. Sorry.
No, but I think, which is kind of you to say, but it's an easy problem to slip into. And I wanted a book book 2, I was like, okay, no, we're coming out of the gate swinging, and the ending, we're going to knock you flat. And I wanted also there to be that space to, that's why I had like the side quests, and I didn't want it to dominate the book, but I wanted to be like, she's growing. You get to spend some time with Lucas, who I loved writing. He is so fun to write. Because I don't want to give a spoiler, but Lucas, like some very bad things happened to him in book 1. So when you meet him, I wanted someone, because I think we associate trauma with someone being grumpy and broody and kind of very traumatized, whereas Lucas is a ray of fucking sunshine. But that's his way of dealing with stuff, and I wanted that. Yes, exactly. I loved writing him.
Lucas straight baby.
He's a baby. He is.
He baby. I want to give him a big old hug and say, hey, okay.
He's very good. I will say that there's a couple of characters I had actually in my early drafts had planned to kill in book 3, but I had so much fun with them, I actually couldn't do it.
There you go.
That's why I think you're only going to take 1 kneecap.
Oh no, I think there's a few that after reading.
Shut up, Richie.
Hey Joel, do you want to know the best part about that book?
No. Just like I ain't doing this.
Like, I'm done.
No, it's no fall damage, Joel. I was gonna go back to our old joke. No fall damage.
Oh, Carl, you're so lovely. I don't know how to wait. What is a book plate? Is that the sticker thing that you stick on the inside that has my autograph? Is that what a book plate is? I should know this.
I don't. Jess, are you still here? Did we lose you completely? All right, we might need Jessica 3. Get in here. We might need to sub you out real quick.
Yeah, exactly. We've got another one
just for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she just messaged me. I'm just trying to see.
Oh, good. Okay, Carl, if I can figure out a way to do it and like to sign you a autograph, I would love to do that.
We lost her.
Kind. Oh.
So she's got the link. She can join back. I'll just have to watch for that.
So I will say I do have a Chaos Gremlin sticker on my car.
I have one on the back of my Dragon card, or Dragon Con badge. Yeah, Joel got the Chaos Gremlin sticker. I didn't get one.
Yeah,
it's okay. You do it to me.
JordanCon. Yeah, he came to JordanCon. Sorry, that's what happens. Yeah. Okay.
I got the first time copy of the book, so
he got a sticker. Okay.
She just texted me her laptop shit out, so she'll be right back. So she's gonna join back. It's all good. So
it happens. It's a live show. So I'm delighted. No, I'm really glad. Actually, I do want to talk about the book. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the book for a second. I will say because I did tell you that book 1 was in my top 5 reads of the year.
Thank you.
Book 2 is now included in that because I'm just considering it the entire series because book 2 fucking knocked book 1 out of the park. Holy shit. I remember driving to DragonCon the morning of DragonCon on Thursday, and as soon as I finished the book, I called your ass
Yeah,
because you
it was
wanted to hear
great.
my thoughts, and it
Of
was
course,
oh
immediately.
god, the book is so good. So when I say it, folks, when I say it, like, this is not me being biased. This is like me being actual, like, hey, professional podcast, you know, all that stuff. Hey, read this fucking book. It's damn good. First book, it might, you might be a little turned off for it because it might not be your cup of tea, etc.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin's back.
Yeah.
No, book two knocked it completely out of the park. It is so fucking good, and it helped me because I deal with
You'll stay
anxiety
for the
and depression.
characters.
And you'll definitely stay with the
Absolutely.
characters,
100%.
especially that Zara mommy. Holy shit! So,
Because I really.
bye, Jessica. We love you.
Oh, hi, Jessica. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I look forward to your cold read.
We might.
Oh,
we might
hang
have
on.
to-
There is.
I need it. Take my money.
I need to
Wait,
get
I
a
have-
Jessica.
I was about to say.
I was. I know Jessica has one.
You.
Yeah.
Lit RPG Con is in July 18th through the 20th in Denver,
Yes.
Colorado.
And yeah, Colorado. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I'm super
I'm
hyped.
so excited.
How? Someone tell the poor
I'm
Irish girl.
curious.
How warm is Denver?
Not very.
Okay, so as
that.
the one who lived in Colorado, in July, it's going to be hot. It is going to be hot. Humidity is low though, so it's like, hey, it
Okay.
might be like 95 degrees outside, but it's going to feel like a nice like 80.
Okay.
So it's not. I would say it's not as hot as Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
it's going to be
Denver-
comfortable.
Because Fahrenheit
Sorry.
is not real numbers to me, but you said a high number. But okay, sorry, Joel, you were saying.
Okay, so Celsius.
No, I was
is
gonna
like
say Denver's really weird
calculation.
because
I'm
like
just-
in the downtown like Denver city area, it's
Hmm.
super hot. But like
Hmm.
if you drive an hour in like
go
towards
up to
the
where we were
mountains,
at.
it is like
Well, the day you and I
super-
went to
super cold. Like you need a
the-
jacket.
the way you and I went
It's-
to when we went to Denver, it wasn't too bad. It was like, you know, pretty chill.
What time of year did I
That was March, so it was
March.
it was end of February, beginning of March that you were
yeah,
out there.
Denver
So
was
spring
nice
break.
there.
Joe
But
said that's 33 Celsius. That's a lot of Celsius. Oh, that's a lot of Celsius.
Rachel, you will be fine. If
It'll be
if
okay.
it is
I promise.
if it is
It'll be
too hot
okay.
for you, I will just hand you a drink and say have fun. So
That's fair. That's probably.
I'll bring a neck fan.
Yeah.
So if you get hot, you can use the neck fan.
get a little cooling rag to put on the back of your neck too. Like,
I'll never have been so cool with like my
see, Paul gets
granny
it. If
shorts,
you drink enough,
my
you won't-
granny
you won't
shorts,
feel the weather.
my fan, and two double fisting drinks. Like it's
the
just
way
who
to
I'm
do
meant
it.
to be, you know? Exactly,
Yeah.
it's who I'm meant to
But
be.
we're also the hotel that we're staying at. I've actually been to that hotel. It is very nice. So
Okay,
I'm really
nice.
excited. I'm
Okay,
really
nice.
excited
Nice.
for this con. It's going to be a good time.
I think it's gonna be
So,
fantastic.
But book is really good. Jess,
sorry.
you're about halfway through from what you said.
I will say,
Give us your thoughts.
at the beginning of book 2, I'm very curious to see. So you go back to the real world,
Mhm.
and it's from Noah's perspective,
Mm.
Yeah.
and the redacted
Yeah.
is like, what's going on with that? What's
Mhm.
It's a system error.
I'm really, really curious to see where that leads. Like, because I get that she starts kind of forgetting
Yeah.
things. She's in this game, but the real world is also being affected. So
It is.
I'm very excited to see where that all leads.
So I don't think this is a spoiler because the third book, I don't think it's a spoiler. So the first, second, and third all open with scenes in the real world. But in
Nice.
book 2, the opening scene only takes place about 10 minutes after the opening scene of book 1. And the opening of book 3, I don't think that's a spoiler, is similar. So the idea is all 3 books take place in about 20 minutes.
Okay, so
Fair enough.
the timeline for real world is
Yeah.
is going on at the same time as book world.
Correct.
So time is faster in game world.
Time
Then
is
in real
accelerated
world.
in Knights of Eternity.
Time is accelerated,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So there's a lot there, and I obviously don't want to spoil anything, but
Don't. I'll stab you.
I feel like if we get to the end of this,
I've read book 3,
and
so I can
it's
die
just
happy.
some sort of like Sucker Punch Fever Dream, I'm gonna be very upset.
No. No.
It's not.
I would not do that to you. I would not do that to you, Joel. if I had to read like I used to, I briefly was a teacher, but when I was teaching abroad, and if I had to read one more, It Was All a Dream. Nope. I wouldn't do
Okay.
that to you. Joel.
Well, that makes
Just
me
you.
happy.
Yeah,
That
no,
does
don't
make
worry.
me happy, yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
It is actually happening. I don't think that's a spoiler. It is like this stuff is actually occurring.
There's some shit going down, and it's oh boy.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought that it was all a dream just because there is someone else in that world who is also from our world that she has no connection to, as far as I know so far.
Mhm.
And so if it was a dream, there wouldn't be that other person who's also in the world.
There is Zamisel, there is 3 books in total. So the third one is going to be out November 1st. So it's not too far away. It is not too far away.
Which, if you are looking to purchase books, let's have a quick message from our sponsors, which is Legion
yes.
Publishing, because I forgot to do that earlier. So Legion, don't yell at me. If you actually go over to the Legion Publishing website, you can actually buy physical copies of the books at a discounted rate. I believe the paperbacks are $12.99 and the hardbacks are $16.99. So they have them at a discounted rate. You can do bundles and stuff like that over on Legion, and I think it's connected to their Shopify. If I'm remembering correctly.
So it's connected to their Shopify, and not only is it
Right.
cheaper, but as authors, we also get a bigger cut.
Yeah.
So it's a
covers
win-win.
on the physical books are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
The hardbacks
And the books
are
themselves,
fucking hot.
the books themselves are freaking amazing.
They
I
are.
want to cosplay Zara.
You would make such a good Zara.
I'm going to the
I
gym.
want to cosplay Zara.
I'm going to go to the gym so
Do
that
it.
way at What RPG Con I can be Lysander.
Exactly. There you go.
There we go.
There you
We'll
go.
do it. Just we'll knock it out. Geneva, you got to put us on a
Yeah.
panel just for that. Like have
Yeah.
one of Rachel and just have Jess and I standing behind Rachel the entire time.
I'll
So
cosplay Zara.
this is a true
Does that
story.
mean I get to be Lucas?
Yes, you make such a good Lucas.
Yes.
Oh, you make such a good Lucas. Well, because this is a true story. I've actually been going to a bodybuilding gym for like 7 weeks.
Nice.
So
You've
the
been
goal
telling me
is
about this.
it's so old school. Like half the equipment looks older than me. Some of it is held together with duct tape, but I'm personally having a blast.
Those
That's
are the
how
best
you
kinds
do
of
it.
The goal is I want okay, they won't be the size of trees by the time of DenverCon, but I want significant biceps
there you go.
for
Yeah.
DenverCon. That is the goal. So we're gonna see. Paul, I will challenge you to an arm wrestling match. I will lose, but I'll do it, Paul.
The third book is the final book.
Yeah. the
So
third book is the
when
final book,
Eternity comes out, or Divinity.
Mhm.
Is Divinity the title of book 3?
It is. It's Divinity,
Yeah.
and it's
And the cover.
self-contained. So there's
Or the
not.
cover.
It's not gonna be
Oh
a
yeah.
spin-off
So I'm
or
a little
anything.
pissed off here, and I've already yelled at Rachel, so I'm gonna yell at Rachel again. The fact that I wasn't sent the cover of book 3 and I had to find it
Oh,
from
yeah, I
TJ
forgot.
Lombardi's post on Facebook.
I forgot.
What
Oh,
the fuck?
boo-hoo, Richie.
Boo.
Aw.
I already yelled at her. It's fine.
Aw. Poor
It's a
Richie.
really tough life,
Oh, no,
man.
that cover.
It is a tough life. I'm out here living
That
the
cover
hard
is
life right now.
fantastic.
So can we
So,
have a What RPG workout session at Denver?
Yes, we can.
Absolutely.
Done.
100%.
Done.
My lungs are going to be killing me in
Yes,
that high altitude because
100%.
I'm back to sea level.
Oof.
But fuck yeah.
I plan on taking my workout clothes and working out while I'm there. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
missing a day.
It's gonna be.
Hero.
We're just gonna be working
You
out in the
hero.
gym before the con starts and everything. We're gonna be
Yeah.
down there at 6 a.m. Hell,
No.
Geneva's probably gonna be there, not even gone to bed yet.
I I don't know about 6, but like 7:30.
No, listen. I
Can
know
we
myself.
push it back to noon. Like,
Well, I mean, Dragon Con, I was up until about 3 a.m. and I was still waking up about 7:30. So 7:30,
Same.
I'm good. Like, I'll go work out at 7:30.
There we go,
Done.
Geneva. That's
Yeah.
what we like to fucking hear.
Yeah.
yeah,
And even that's what I'll be doing. Okay,
We need
they
extra
that's my workout
gym.
plan.
Extra big
Yeah.
cups so they're heavier.
Yeah. We just load them with ice.
Oh, so Geneva had that was definitely filled with water, a massive Stanley cup that was the size of her.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely water.
Yeah, it was definitely water. It was only water.
Do it 4 times
Oh,
defense.
oh,
Fuck
no,
that.
vomit.
No,
I would
Oh, you
vomit
masochist.
I'm not doing
in
that. I've heard so many
half a
bad things.
second. Dear God. Geneva.
I was like, I won't work out. I'll just leave the session.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And no, what's gonna happen is she's gonna be yelling at me, being like, "No, Rich isn't working hard enough. Everyone
Yeah.
else is
I'll
fine.
just
Rich
sit
is
there
not
and tell
working
you guys
hard
what
enough."
to do.
That's 100%. Yeah.
And she's
In
gonna
fact,
implement
Geneva's very
feet
good at
in there
that.
somehow.
There's a reason Geneva's a director. Okay, she's very good at
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
I mean,
Very
she
good
keeps
at
all
it.
the authors locked in her basement, so. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, this
in
is
some-
this is a green screen. Geneva's actually right behind me. Just saying, like, don't you say
Wouldn't
it.
she be behind the
Actually,
camera?
Geneva's house.
Wouldn't she be behind the camera just staring down at you?
Yeah, she's just like, yeah. 100%.
So
Um,
where's Jay Perez? Like, is he down there with you, or is
No,
he in another?
Jabez is he's like, because he's the troll, right? So
Yeah.
he's the one who's manning the door, and you have to say a riddle to get in and out.
That's gonna be his job at Lit RPG Con. Is just
Yeah.
him manning the doors.
Well, 100%. That's what he's Uncle Troll. He gave himself that name, not me. I'm not being mean.
He gave me a name too, and I hate it. I
Well,
just
because no,
embraced it.
we're saying like you're not into it anymore. You're into unicorn dicks, dude. Like,
Oh yeah, unicorn porn is where it's at now.
yeah, that's where it's at, man.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I'm gonna regret saying that on this fucking stream.
Oh,
But
Kyle, you should totally go as Quest.
It's a
for-
thing now. It's going
Do
on
it.
Twitter.
Do it. I'm so excited. Because someone, oh, I wish I had it. It was really kind. Someone actually made pixel fan art of like what the arcade screen of Knights of Eternity, the arcade game, would look like.
Oh,
It
that's
was
so
cool
fucking
as
cool.
hell. It was.
Yeah,
I
send me
wish
a
I had
picture
it.
of that.
So neat.
It was so cool. But what I loved is because they were like, well, I don't know what the operator looks like. So they were like, so I drew my own operator. But the operator is a tiny girl with red hair and glasses and is yelling at all the characters from the sky. And I was like, oh, I wonder who you took inspiration from.
with
Who
glasses.
the fuck is that?
Yeah, I was like, I wonder who that is.
Glasses.
So I'm the operator. I'm the villain in her depiction, and I adore her. It's great. I love it so much. They got it
love
on a
it.
canvas print and everything, like with the so I can
That
hang
is
it up.
really
Perfect.
cool.
It's one of the best gifts I've ever given, and because obviously, like, she is Catalan and he is Irish, so they work together to make it. And in typical like Irish people cannot take a compliment even when they've done something amazing. So I'm nearly crying when they give me this. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing, and they're like, sure, it's nothing. That's fine. Would you shut the fuck up? That's fine. Like, it's very cannot be perceived, cannot any niceness. Sure, then I'm rugby tackling them to hug them, and I was like, yes.
I mean, you did almost knock me over when I met you for lunch when you were in Chicago. So
100%. I loved
worth it.
because I know you know the story, Joe. But do you know the story, Jess?
Mm-mm.
Do I
do
know this
not.
story? I know you
Yeah,
met him in Chicago.
Well, I was in Atlanta, and then I was going to Chicago to meet a friend of mine, right? And also, I'd never been to Chicago. I want to go see Chicago. And Richie's like, oh, hang on. I think I'm actually going to be near Chicago. And I was like, wait, what, really? So he comes from, you drive a very fucking far away.
3.5 hours.
And I, without internet, because my phone did not work in the States, navigated two subways, having never been on a subway before. And I managed to find the restaurant, and I was so pleased with myself.
In Richie's defense, 3.5 hours in the US is not that long.
No, it's not.
That's
Sorry, I say this respectfully. You don't have a real country. It's another world.
You
It's
can
not-
drive 3.5 hours and still
I
be in the
agree.
same state.
it's way too big, but like you could drive like Texas, like 12 hours and you're still in Texas.
So Rachel, to
it's-
give you a little idea, from my house, from where I'm currently staying, to my parents' house
Oh my
in
God.
Colorado, 23 hours. That's the drive.
Okay.
I commute back and forth to work every day, and it's a 1 hour drive one way.
That's insane.
do
That's
that.
insane to me. That's so
And
ridiculous.
that's what I was. And I mean,
And
that's
it's
what
That
I was
is
doing.
insane.
Yeah.
That's-
Like 20 miles.
Oh my goodness.
It's just
So
a
for
lot
con-
of traffic.
I spend a lot of time in Belgium, right?
Mm.
Like I spend a lot of time in Belgium. Paris is 2 hours away.
Yeah.
The Netherlands is 2 hours away. Germany is 4 hours away. Like I don't like for context.
I would be going all over the place all the
Same.
time.
Like
I would
Yeah.
constantly be in another country.
I'd be like, what are borders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would constantly be in another country.
so it's just like just for size comparison. That's why we go to war, Paul.
Paul!
Yeah,
You
have
you're
to
not
drive
supposed to say
forever
that bit
far
out
away
loud.
for anything.
Yeah, like we know, but like you're not supposed to say that bit out loud. But like and
Common
like
knowledge.
Ireland.
Our
You know,
stream's about to get shut the fuck down. Thanks,
is.
Paul.
So I'm based in Ireland, but like to get from like I live in like I'm from the arse end of Ireland. Like it's my house, America. Like that's how deep into Ireland, and then there's nothing but the Atlantic and then America, right? From Dublin to the other side of the country, 5 hours. That's a whole
And
country.
I've heard that in other countries, people tend to not drive to other countries because it's just too far. Yeah. And I'm always like, but it's like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
What? Like,
Yes.
that's
Okay,
like
but
commute to work for me. Why is
to
that
be
too
honest,
far? That's
do
easy.
they have interstates connecting like
Nothing.
all the countries together?
So we have motorways, like
Okay.
you know, and like our trains. Now it depends on where you are, but generally in Europe the trains are really good. So it is actually quite easy to get between countries via train. Not Germany, and you wouldn't think it. Germans, awful trains. If any Germans are watching this, I apologize, but it's true.
I feel
Awful
like
train.
there's a double-edged sword with that meaning, but I don't want to go there.
Probably. Oh no! Oh, that's you don't say the quiet bit out loud, Richie. You don't say the quiet bit, Richie.
Intrusive
Jesus.
thoughts one. Intrusive
No.
thoughts one. I've been up since midnight, so I'm
Oh my
dying over
God.
here.
Richie, you don't say that bit out loud.
How dare you?
I didn't say
What
the
an
actual fucking
asshole.
thing, though.
You implied it. You implied it, though.
What is wrong with you?
A lot of things are wrong with me. I mean, look at our friendship.
I mean, it's Ricky.
It is your friendship is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Deranged, but beautiful.
There's a reason we
It's
live 2.5 hours
very
apart now.
special.
Yeah, exactly, Jess. It's very special.
It's very
Um,
Because I kicked him out.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
I
hey.
wrote a book. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it looks fucking great. It's really good. Go read it. It should definitely be an Amazon bestseller. So go
It's
do
very
it.
good.
Book one was free not
Thank
too
you.
long ago.
It will. Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry, that's my other news. That was so fun.
Paul, I'm not
is-
popping that up.
Wait, Paul. No, we're not talking about it. Shh, Paul. So it's what was I saying? Yeah. So there was. I hope we do this every single year. I forget the guy on Reddit who organized it, but he organized this massive sale of Lit RPG, and all the books were either free or only 99 cents, which is nothing, right?
That's good.
It's great, and it was great because I downloaded so many books that I loved it because I got loads of books, and there's so many books I was like, oh, you know, I would wait. I would probably would have wait to add it to my TV, or I was like, oh, I've been like putting off reading it, not for any reason, but just because it keeps growing, and I just got all of them, and I've already started them. So
I don't
it's
know
so.
what a massive TBR is.
No, you
Never
you
experienced
know.
that.
No, you have no idea, Mr. Got. What was it? 90 books from Dragon Con.
89.
Jesus.
I came back with like 25.
Some of them were duplicates though, and they are for Joel and Jess. So
Still ridiculous. So yeah, there was a massive sale, and I made, and of course it's like, you know, I have a TikTok because I'm a dickhead, and I was
love
like,
my
you know,
TikTok. I love your TikTok.
I love
also
all
love
your
your
TikToks.
I love
What
your
is
TikTok.
social
Jess.
media?
We fucking know,
listen.
Joel.
I love your TikTok, Jess, and I love how like you come across really sincere and genuine in all your reviews, and it's really nice because I think like book talk can get boiled down to just like tropes, and it's just yelling like enemies to lovers, one bed, da da da.
Yeah.
I love all those tropes, by the way. That's not me shaming.
Oh no,
on
I
them,
do
but
too.
it
I
just-
do too.
But it's just boiling
100%.
everything down
We
to
might
like.
have to bring Jess in on our. Hey, we found this new book. Let's figure this out.
But you know what? I think it
Yeah.
can get boiled down into like, this is it. It's just like kind of clickbaity. Whereas I really like your reviews, Jess, because it's the same. Like, you know, Richie and Joel, you guys clearly care about the books, and that really comes across in your book talk. Yeah, I picked up Ace because of you.
So good.
You
You
picked
picked
up
up-
which one?
Ace?
Ace.
Oh,
Oh
Ace
my
was so
God,
I
it's
know
good.
it's because of you.
fucking
Yeah.
It was so good.
Which-
I like.
oh,
You love that.
I can't sing
Joel.
its praises enough. It was
So
fantastic.
so it's working. Okay, it's working.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
that was
have
I
good.
want to
it.
give this is a copy of Ace, and it's for Joel, but I want to give a shout out to Ren's like rapping skills because
Oh,
Jesus,
Yeah, what the hell?
yeah.
Like
That
what?
I
is
don't want to
insane.
open this. It's
That is
just-
beautiful.
The rapping.
I'm just gonna
for
put it on my
Flame
shelf
Spitter-
like that. Like I know what it is.
The rapping for Flame Spitter was just.
oh my God,
on,
it was
like, it was on point. It was on
it
point.
was so fucking
yeah.
pretty.
I'll be doing your books on TikTok as well.
I'm so excited.
Probably tomorrow because I'll be finishing it tonight.
Yeah.
So
Which
And
I
as
did
I
with
said,
when-
like,
when
I
you,
don't- You know, I appreciate how positive you guys are. But like it was mostly her wife.
oh, it's Mrs. Wren.
it
Okay.
was, yeah.
Oh.
No,
It's Rue.
it was. It was, but she did a fantastic job.
But yeah, like feel free. It's as I said, it's, you know, I've had people who are really good friends give me reviews and be like, hey, I love this bit. This bit didn't work for me as much, etc. And I'm like, that's like, it's all crazy. That's how I improve. You know. The only time I didn't like a 1-star. Oh, sorry, I was telling about the sale. I'll come back to the 1-star review thing. So I make a TikTok, it goes viral, and I ended up 31 worldwide in the free charts. And I was
awesome.
over the moon. I was so, and what was amazing is I shot up, like, my audiobook rankings all shot up because there were people were like, oh, I've never, because this is the power of social media. It's why I love and hate it. Is there people like, oh, I've never heard of this, but I'm not really like a reader. So, you know, let's do audiobook. And I'm like, I love my audiobooks and I'm delighted. And also it's Andrea, so it's a win-win. So it was amazing. I was over the moon and I felt many feelings.
I made Andy's day when I saw her at Dragon Con. We didn't get it on video, and I'm so sad, but I did let her know that 3 of my top 5 reads of the year have been narrated by her.
She's so good.
So
And
your audiobook is by
Andrea.
Yeah.
Parsno.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god.
That's why I told you
Yeah.
need to do the audiobook because
Well,
it's
but
so
I wanted to do the physical book first because I listen to the audiobooks on my commute, and so sometimes I don't get all of it and I don't register all of it. But I do when I'm reading it. So I wanted to read it first, but oh, I love her so much.
she's so good.
Oh,
We love
she
Andy.
makes me ugly cry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait till
I
you read
saw that
Gravesong.
video you did, Jess. It was great. You in the car crying.
Wandering
You poor
in. Oh
thing.
my god.
Oh, Jess, wait till you do Gravesong.
That was the second time I had listened to that and I was ugly crying. And she makes me ugly cry.
Yeah. Gravesong
She's
is great. I really like it.
Disney music.
Yeah. She does Disney music and Gravesong. It's so
Ah.
fucking good.
She
Sings
sings.
it.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
It is
So-
so good. So the only time I've ever gotten mad at a 1-star review was it was one on Audible. Like they trashed the book, they trashed it overall. That's totally fine. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. They trashed Andy.
Oh, I'll fucking
And that
find
is
him.
the only time I was like, if you were here, you would catch his hand. It's the only time I was mad. I was like, if you don't, sorry, Andrea's in an episode of Final Call. She pays this like kind of vaguely Spanish
Geneva, drop a
Puss
link.
in Boots, and it's amazing. And she had her goodbye. She had a goodbye scene. I was genuinely like tearing up a little
It's
bit.
fucking good. I have not missed a single Final Call, and I love them so much.
They're so good.
Yeah, that 1-star review, there was
She makes
nothing
me-
you could have done to make that person happy. Like to go that far
Oh yeah.
and rate everything so much a 1
yeah.
star and be so upset with everything, nothing you could have done or anyone could have done would have made them happy.
No,
They're just a miserable person.
it's like
I
when
respect-
Matt gets his 1 stars,
Oh, yeah.
and he's
yeah,
just like, you
they're,
know what?
they're just miserable people.
Yeah,
Just miserable. Because
Yeah.
I respect the people who like give me like the overall a 1-star and like the book a 1-star, but give Andy 5-star. I respect you. I respect to be like, book suck, but Andy's great. I was like,
I mean,
I ain't even. That's great. That's a brilliant.
especially
review.
when it's constructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's but those reviews, I was like, I'm not even mad because you did not do Andy dirty, so I ain't even mad. That's fine. That was the only time. It makes it. I'm making it sound like I only get 1-star reviews. It's actually like it is very well reviewed for the record, but just there are some 1 stars.
Those are the ones that shine.
Yeah, it just comes across.
I mean, that's when you go to Amazon and you look at reviews, the 1-star reviews are always the first thing you go look at. It's always the first thing you look at.
So what we need to do is start putting 1-star, just like a random 1-star review. This book was fucking amazing. Marketing ploy right
I don't know why I gave it 1 stars, but it was fantastic.
I did actually have. I think it was an accident.
My finger slipped so many times.
They did. They gave me a glowing review, and then they 1-starred it. And I do think it was an accident. And I was like, oh, bless your heart. I mean, thank you, because the written one is beautiful, but that has happened to me. So yeah, I mean, all of the 1 stars were finger slips. No one would have any.
I mean, obviously.
Obviously. Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah, no, it's the very unique. No other book is like this in the world, and that not a single person can dislike it.
Rachel threatened to take my copy away, and I told her I'd throw hands with her.
I would. Oh well, that was the thing. I got So I had when the first book came out, I was nervous, but I was also really excited because I've wanted this since I was a little kid. Super excited to go do this. And then the second book came out, and like a fool, I thought it would be easier than the first release. It was actually so much worse. I was a bag. Like all I could do is like crouch in my room and watch anime, like all day. I got no writing done. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was so nervous about the book coming out, and it was awful. So at the end, and then I'm trying to do just tell people about the book and and all I can do, because I'm so much more proud of book 2, is all I can see is all the problems in book 1. So sometimes we're our own worst enemies.
Yeah, it's a little
lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time.
I am my own.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So,
I know. Yeah, thank you.
As someone who just finished book 1 yesterday,
and it was good.
I loved book 1.
I love book.
I loved
it.
it.
It's in my top 5
I thought it
reads
was
of the year.
fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, I read it in a day and a half.
Yeah.
I did it in one sitting because of the audio.
It was very.
And I
very
messaged
good.
Rachel. I messaged Rachel when I started it, and I messaged her when I finished it.
It was like one day,
and that was the day actually after my back injury happened.
It was really
the
really
launch
good.
Day. My back injury happened, and next thing I know, hey, book's out, and also Hermes is getting fixed that day.
Oh,
so there was some there was some pain for everyone that day.
Oh, poor Hermes. You were fine, but
he's
poor
fine.
Hermes.
He's a little shit now. So, but we're coming up to the end of our show. Rachel, you're a fucking delight.
Oh, thank you. You all 3 of you are.
You're
And actually, by the way, I didn't say I am so honored. I got to be on the first episode.
Yeah.
With all of you.
big
That is so
announcement.
fun. I was here for the big announcement, so I'm delighted because,
You were.
like, I don't know, I think all 3 of you are like fucking class. So
shut
thank
up.
you. I mean it.
She
thank
means
you.
it for you guys. She just loves to torture me, so it's fine.
Oh no, sorry. When I say you guys, I mean like the royal you, as in not Richie.
Yeah, Richie, you don't count.
I don't fucking matter.
No,
It's okay.
no, he's not. He's not, guys. He's not a person.
Yeah, I'm just an entity at this point.
Yeah.
Little parasite.
He is a dick. It's his name.
It's in the name, baby.
It's in the name.
Sorry, Paul's comment. That's how most
Which
parents feel about their oldest compared to youngest child, Rachel. That's why I'm my parents' favorite. Do you mean that the youngest kid is the favorite? And I'm saying this because I
I'm the
don't like
baby.
it. Because I'm the oldest and I'm the least favorite. So fuck you, Paul,
I'm
for
the
calling
baby.
me
And
out.
my parents hate me.
As the
Okay.
newest member, does that mean that I'm gonna be the favorite because I'm
Oh,
the youngest?
There you
Absolutely.
I mean, just saying.
Absolutely. Which
The
makes me the
novelty-
middle, or I don't
I
know.
was
Does
about
that
to
make
say-
me
We're the same age,
Yeah.
Joel. Well, I mean, I've been on
We're the
more
same
shows than you
age.
because
Listen,
We're
you've missed a
twins.
lot,
If we're
so.
going age wise,
I'm newer to the genre, so I guess I could be older.
Well, so here's the thing, Joel.
Yeah, I
you would
gotta
be
use
the
my
middle
hands.
child because
Yeah.
there's been episodes you've missed. So
But there's also been episodes you've missed.
I've only
so-
missed one. I've only missed one, and that was the
Oh.
J Boyce episode because Maddie's car broke down. I had to go get her. So that's the only one I've
but
ever
Joel,
I
made.
still
just
got you
means-
into the series or into the
But-
genre.
But Joel, that just means that Richie's the least favorite if
Yeah.
it's the oldest.
That's
Let him have this.
I was trying to help your case,
The middle
motherfucker.
child is the one they forget. What do you?
No, the middle child is the one who's traumatized, but also ends up the most successful.
That's fair.
The middle child gets to do
I'll take
whatever they want.
Quit making me feel good about my misfortune.
But also, I think if we're
So
going
anyways.
by age, I think
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
the oldest of everyone. I
Well,
think
I'm
I'm older than all
34.
of you.
I'm 34.
What? You're how old?
34.
Oh, I'm older than all of you.
Really? I thought you were like.
Oh,
That was my
32?
fucking reaction.
I was
I'm
like 30,
almost-
32.
I'm almost 41.
Fuck off.
Shut up.
Can you send me your skincare routine, bitch?
There is no skincare routine.
Oh my god, I hate
Shut
you.
up.
People like
I
you.
don't wash my face.
Oh my god.
I don't use any serums or oils.
Get out of here.
Nothing.
We
goes
revoked
on
your
this face.
privileges, Youngin.
I
Yeah,
don't.
no, get out.
On the flip side, I also don't use any like concealers or foundations or anything like
This
that.
is
So
just your
nothing goes on this face. Nothing.
Okay, I vote that we
Same.
kick Jess off the show, personally. That's just for unrelated.
Hey, the authors get a say. The authors do get a say. They are our special guests. So
I blame it on good genetics. Really.
Yeah, god damn it. Like, and
I
I'm
blame it
over
on good
here.
genetics.
I'm over here with my
I
Korean
can't say anything about
sun
my
cream.
genetics. They fucked me up.
And I don't act like I'm almost 41. So
Same. I sorry, I probably shouldn't reveal this, but I went on a date with a younger guy, right, who didn't realize how old I was. So I got on a date with a younger guy. I won't go through his reaction when he discovered how old I was. And then at the end of the date, he goes, "Oh, sometimes I was afraid I was really immature for my age, but then," and he realized what he was about to say. I was like, "But then you met me, motherfucker?" And he was like, "Shit. I mean, no, that was like, I meant it." And I was like, "Oh."
I went on a date once with a guy who was younger than I was, probably by about 8 years, which is a lot.
Mm.
And then he found out how old I was. He made some comment about liking older women that I won't repeat. And I was like, I'm not going back out with you again.
Oh, dear.
I'm not going there.
Oh, dear.
It was bad.
I just third wheel dates.
You what?
I don't date younger women. They're too much work.
Jeez.
It's
Anyways,
I was
so
about
we're
to
gonna
say,
start wrapping up the show.
young people are the worst. That's what I've taken from this. Carry on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Joel's
You guys are
here.
all
Fuck you, Joel.
young. You're all young.
Sorry, Kyle and Paul, I think, are flirting in the comments. Carry on.
are.
Sorry.
So
Go for it. I'm all about
Go
it.
for it.
with our
Mhm.
fun stuff we have planned, obviously,
Before,
I gotta go ahead, Joel.
can you tell us what you're working on now?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
good question. I'm not sure how much I can say. Yeah. Geneva, can I say it? Can
don't
I
know if
tell them
Geneva's
what
still
I'm
here.
working on?
Please,
She's
Geneva.
not.
I'll message her.
Pretty, please.
I'll text her.
I'm texting her right
Call
now.
her. I don't care.
Tell you what, you can text her, and then
We'll
because
count
I'm
it
afraid,
as a sponsor for
We'll-
our next
we'll wait.
episode.
yeah,
Wait.
you can text her. So I will say this so far. If she says it's
she-
okay, then I will mention.
You got the
Oh
guy.
yeah,
Sounds
great.
good.
Okay. So all 3 books are written. I am 50,000 words into my next series, and it is a romantasy.
Oh, I know about this one. Okay, never mind.
Ooh, and that's big
Ooh.
on TikTok.
It is big on TikTok, and I will say the opening scene is a monster hunter. She's tied to a stake. She's about to be burned alive by the people who she's trying to save, and the monster in question is sending her visions because it uses like sex to manipulate of it doing things to her while she's about to be lit on fire. That's the opening scene.
Okay, so it's a romantasy. What would you say the spicy level is?
It's gonna be spicy.
It's gonna be spicy.
Okay, go
It's
with
gonna
spice.
be spicy.
I'm gonna want to
So-
read this
okay,
book.
so Jess, we have to.
I'm a one.
You might have
I'm
to
a
check.
one-read,
You
but
might have to check out a book that Rachel and I just read because holy fuck.
I will
I feel like
100%
Rachel
want to read this
just
book as soon as I can.
expands
I like
my
the fight.
Oh,
like,
you're gonna like the one Rachel and I just finished. Holy fuck! It's
Okay,
spicy.
Am I-
But that's what
acceptable
we have
book
to do the episode.
range.
We
I
don't
was
talk
about to say,
that.
if I'm expanding your repertoire, I am over the moon. Also, I apologize in advance.
So for my repertoire, there is one particular series of books that I love to death, and it is probably about 35 books long at this point.
Is it Ice
And
Planet Barbarians?
It is not. It's the Anita Blake
Yeah.
series.
I love the Anita Blake series.
The spice on that in the later books
Oh yeah,
with all the shifters and
yeah. She's got 10 guys at one point, I think.
yeah.
So,
I mean, she's the female version of she's a succubus.
She gets. Oh, I can't remember. She kills a
but
succubus
she's
and ends
also
up
like
with
a
its powers.
She's a female like were.
It suffers, and she's a necromancer. It suffers with the. She ends up because the author clearly didn't think the series would go so long, so she just gets more and more and more powers.
So at one point, when she started
That
the
sounds
series,
like my kind of book.
when she started the series, she was very much single. She had just gone through a divorce, and she was
celibate.
You know, men are the worst. Like women don't need men. I can do this on my own, and it very much was portrayed in that main character. And then she met a guy, and she fell in love again. But they had an open, like poly relationship, and you can very much tell in the books.
Yes.
As they go on, and it is.
You can also tell.
Level is.
You can also tell where she breaks up with her husband in real life.
Yes. I mean, it is the most spicy of any series that I've read.
I'm going to blow your mind with the one I sent to Richie. I'm going to blow your mind. This book got banned on Amazon.
I can't. Nope. I can't wait to read it.
Oh, it's fucking good.
I need to read it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So,
but
we will talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah, I was going to say,
because
poor Richie has been trying to end the show for 10 minutes.
Like 20, actually.
I'm sorry, Richie. It's my first episode. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll get the spotlight on. Don't worry.
Hey, we're here to have fun, and that's all that really matters.
Here's the thing, Jess. You're on our very next harem episode, which is with Bruce Centaur and Jessica 3. Which that one's.
I'm excited for that one too.
I started that today, and now I'm jelly.
Well,
I'm excited. I can't wait.
So, Geneva, that's already work, girl.
Ooh, you know what? I've been thinking about what my what my idea to bring to the table would be.
We'll workshop
Cats After Dark. That's a good one.
That's been a named workshop in a while.
I like the spice. I love the spice.
I have a few ideas.
Cats After Dark.
It's coming. Don't worry.
I like it.
Play on words. Anyways, so we're gonna do our favorite little segment of "Hey, what you been reading?" So, Jess, since you are our newest guest and co-host, what you been reading?
I am currently reading Desecrate, book 2 in the
Knights of Eternity
series trilogy. I got you.
And I am listening to Magic's Mantle by Bruce Centaur, narrated by the fantastic Jessica 3.
And Chris Boucher. You can't forget about Chris Boucher.
Chris Boucher. Jessica 3 is more important.
Yes, we love Jessica. She's not here right now because she had to go to theater rehearsal, but I'll let her know she's more important.
She's more important. So
have you seen Chris? All right,
we've seen Chris.
I have seen Chris.
So no, Magic Mantle is fucking good. Do you have anything else you want to add to the list? Any else you want to add to the list? No, maybe.
That's it right now.
All right, Rachel. Lovely favorite Irish person.
I do my best because obviously I'm the only good Irish author at Legion. Obviously.
Now hold on, Jack's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
No, let me have this.
Them fighting words right there.
Yeah. No, I adore Jack and Brian. They're both absolutely
But
lovely.
there's more
Unfortunately,
Irish people now than just the three of you. There's 5 of
there
you.
is. Oh, there's Aoife. Aoife's also a darling. Why are they all so nice? Aoife's so
love
lovely and supportive. I adore her. No, she's so lovely.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, I am listening to. Actually only listening to something at the moment. I'm listening to "Darling of Fate" by Sean Dunning.
Fucking mullet.
I don't know
Book
that
1 or book 2?
So I'm only listening to book 1. So it's a system apocalypse, but it's a bit on the crunchy side. But it's the one I'm not really a crunchy girl, but he does it really well and in a very accessible manner. There's a murder goose, and it's genuinely funny in part.
I'm sorry, there's a murder what?
That is
There's
my
a murder
junk
goose.
food.
A murder
There's a
goose.
murder.
It's a Canadian battle goose.
Canadian battle goose.
I'm in.
Yeah,
we had
it's
Sean
great.
on the show, and he's coming back on for Super Genetics, his new
Great.
series. It's gonna be a good one.
So I'm like 3/4 of the way through the first book. I'm like, I should be done by tomorrow. It's great. No, it's really good. And
we
he's a
love
really
Sean
good
Dunning.
writer. It's really annoying because as a person, he's terrible. But as a writer, he's great. Sorry, it sounds like I hate a lot of people. These are all people I've met in person who are lovely.
Sean's a delight. He gave me a big hug.
It's okay to pick on people if you're friends with them.
I think so. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
And that's why
I think that's
Joel,
how that works.
That's why
I
sent
could be
Joel a picture of my
wrong.
bookshelf.
And next on my
Which
list
asshole.
to read is Cowboy Necromancer. Is next on my list. I'm very excited.
Harvey Cooper!
Yeah, I know. I'm very excited.
Oh, it is a rootin' tootin' cowboy shooting yeehaw pepper farming son of a bitch. Well, shit.
I've read book 1 and it makes me want to order Christmas chili.
It's good.
But I feel like people aren't going to know what I'm talking about.
And McLeod Andrews is the narrator for that one. And he's so good. His gunslinger voice is just perfect.
Oh, I have it on ebook. So
the audio is where it's at.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna enjoy it, and he's gonna get the extra rootin' tootin' in my head.
Oh, thank you, Kyle.
It's good. Just go listen to the sample just so you have a general idea. That's all you got.
Fair. Okay.
All right. I guess Harvey. Bubba.
Yeah. So I've been reading DED Resonance by Jonathan Smith. Ren.
So good. So good.
Oh, it is.
Such a fantastic book.
Other than that, I was really craving like a crunchy series, so I did a re-listen to Idol System.
Good
one. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Other than that, the new series for Bobaverse, it's like a sci-fi series. It's not like in the progression fantasy umbrella at all, but I really liked it when I first got into audiobooks and they came out with a new book. It's Not Till We Are Lost is the name of the book 5. I really enjoyed that. Other than that, I started listening to Magic's Mantle. Yes. I'm still waiting for Richie to pick up book 2.
Yeah. It's already picked.
I
already got it.
How many books are in that series?
3 at the moment.
Yeah, it's
my god. Okay.
It's so
I'll
good.
have to pick up book 2 too.
It's so good.
It's been really good so far.
But yeah, it's pretty much what I've been listening to since last episode.
Yeah.
What about you, Richie?
So Desecrate, obviously, because that was a day 1 pickup for me, and I devoured it so quickly. And then I listened to it on the way down to Dragon Con because I needed a good comfort listen. So it's so good. I listened to a book that Rachel recommended to me. I'm not going to give it the title because it's just spicy. It's way too damn spicy. Resonance.
I love spice.
We're gonna. I'll
message
later.
you.
Send me the title.
We're gonna share it off.
Send me the title.
This is a stats secret at this point.
All right, send me the title.
I did a because I've just been like on a verge of like re-listening to stuff that it's been a while since I listened to. So I re-listened to the entirety of Jeff the Game Master, which is the manufacturing magic system or series
Ooh,
from Jamie Castle and Troy Osgood. It's so fucking good.
it is good.
Currently I just did a re-listen of books 1 through 3 of Apocalypse Regression by Charles Dean and R.A. Magia, and I picked up book 4 because I had to re-listen to the first 3 to get ready for
I
book
need
4.
to pick that up. I haven't read book 4 yet.
It's oh my god, I'm on chapter 4 and shit's already hitting the fan. I fucking love it.
Hype.
Magic Mantle, which was absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Bruce Centaur. All the Skills, book 4. I finally finished that, which fantastic read.
What is wrong with you? Why haven't you finished that sooner?
Because a book came out the very next day that I was excited about, and it had to take the back burner.
Desecrate the book we're talking about now.
Or no, I might have said that I've read all the skills on the last episode. I can't remember what I said and what I didn't say. They all kind of blend together.
That's fair.
And hell, like Lit RPG or DragonCon feels like it was so long ago.
It feels like a million years ago already.
But it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it feels like it's been months.
Yeah. So, and I've been reading Unintended Cultivator on Royal Red.
See, I'm so new to Lit RPG that most of these I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Oh, we're gonna break you in. Don't worry. You are going to be
I have no
hating
idea
us.
what book this is. I've never heard of this.
You're going to hate us by like
I guarantee you I will not.
We're doing re-listens of such and such, and you're like, I don't know what that is.
I found Lit RPG and then I just dove in head first. Like, no looking back, dove in head first. Like
the best way to do it.
Consumes.
So I think, Jess, you've also got like 2 really good people to kind of get Rex from, because like, and correct me if I've got your taste wrong, by the way, because Joel is really good for like very crunchy systems, very like an intricate setup, like in a way that keeps it both fresh and is also like still gets that good crunch. Whereas Richie, especially when it comes to like audio narration, he's all about that story. He's all about the characters. Like he's all about stuff that makes you feel. So I think in terms of like getting the 2 best sides of Lit RPG, you have really like 2 good people to get your Rex off of.
Yeah,
and that is
I really do.
And
from what I've heard of so far, her tastes are pretty balanced.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of crunch, but not too much crunch.
Yeah.
And I like a good bit of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I like to keep them very balanced.
So adding Jess to the channel was probably one of the best decisions we've made, just because not only is she going to be the 3rd co-host, say if there's an episode Joel can't make it or I can't make it, we have someone here, and it's not just an awkward.
Or if it's just super stats heavy.
Or if it's super character development, like super harem or something like that. Because I got my spicy reader now. I'm excited.
I want to find a good like reverse harem.
Oh, girl.
I want a good like reverse.
Oh, you got something in store for you. You got something in store for you.
Check the private chat. Check the private chat.
It's
okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. I'll check it out. I want like a good reverse harem. I used to play
there's 5, Jess. There's 5.
Oh, yes. I used to play it's along the lines of it like the Anita Blake series. I used to play these phone games, and they were Otome phone games.
Oh yeah.
Very story driven, very reverse harem, and they were fantastic.
The way you said it just reminded me of very demure, very mindful.
Very cutesy.
So now that we are wrapping up the show and everything, I'm so excited. Jess, thank you so much for agreeing to be our 3rd official member to Stats. We've been wanting to get
having me.
We've been wanting to get it. It's just
I will say this episode has been a blast.
It has. Yay. It has been a good time. Now the thing is, we're not going to have 3 hosts per episode.
Yeah,
that's going to be a very rare special occasion where all 3 of us are here, because we don't want everything to get too convoluted or something, along the sorts.
Yeah.
Especially once you do 4 people, it's a lot. But when we get like 5 or 6 on, then it's a hellstorm,
Too
a
much.
fucking nightmare. And I'm already, ADHD brained enough that I can't ring myself in, so I can't control 5 other people. But we do have a
control freak.
Fuck off. It's my show.
We're going to be very well balanced.
We are. And we have a fuck ton of good shows lined up for the rest of the year. We are booked for the rest of the year. And I know a lot of you hated us for it, but our 6-week stretch is probably making a return this year, where it's going to be 6 weeks of back to back to back to back to back to back to back stats.
Like every day?
No, every week.
Every week.
Oh, every week. Oh, that's nothing.
Because, we normally do the show every 2 weeks or every other week. That's just because it gives us time to breathe.
That's nothing.
It gives us time to do research on the book and also
read our backlog. That's fucking massive.
As someone who posts on TikTok, I try to post on TikTok once a day minimum. Once a week is
good thing we have you. Good thing we have
nothing.
You. So, but our next episode is going to be a fun one because we are going to be talking Path of the Titans with Timothy McGowan and returning wonderful, you haven't seen him in such a long time, the wonderful narrator that is Daniel Wisniewski.
That's going to be a good episode.
Fucking love Daniel.
Path of the Titans is fantastic.
Oh, and the book too is going to, it hits hard. In the audio for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's going to be good.
Audio comes out on the 24th or the 25th. I can't remember if it's a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday release, but I'm excited for that one. And we also have the Snowballs booked to talk about Time Arc Warlock and Demon Card Enforcer. I don't know which date I have for them. We have a few Aethon people that are going to be on. I'm actually wearing my Aethon shirt today. I didn't even realize I had it on. But also,
I didn't even realize.
Annie Ellicott and Emily Royce are going to be on to talk Space Buns. That one I have been so fucking excited for it.
I love Annie so much.
I have so freaked. I'm excited. I can't wait. I've been wanting to do that episode since we started because Space Buns is such a fun little like radio show like on the Sound Booth Theater app. Go fucking read it. It is, or listen to it. It's so good. It's so good. So, yeah. But, Rachel, you lovely, lovely, wonderful human being.
You magnificent, beautiful unicorn.
Thank you.
Hold on, don't say unicorn. That's my new thing. So,
why can I not call her a unicorn? She is magical, and she is rare, and she is beautiful.
She is magical.
I think Jess is now my new favorite member of Chattin.
Those are all things that a unicorn is. Why can I not call her a unicorn?
That's fine. That's fine. You know what? It is what it is. That's fine. I'll just leave.
It's because Richie wants to be special.
I am special.
Well,
special needs.
Yes, we are. Hi, TJ. We just fucking called you out earlier. Too.
I know. We have been trying to actually end the show for 20 minutes, but we keep getting excited.
30 at this
point. We've been having too much fun.
Yeah.
We are.
But no.
But Rachel, thank you so much for having me on. I am so happy, and I'm so honored that I actually got to be here on one of the episodes when all 3 of you were on. And I had such fun this episode. It was an absolute delight. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. But
the book is fantastic. I literally will have finished it in a day and a half. I finished book 1 in a day and a half. I plan on passing along book 1 and 2 to other people so that I can force them to read it as well.
Thank you.
I've been doing that. There's been times I've been on the phone with Rachel and I was talking to my neighbor and he was like, "Oh, what kind of books do you read?" And I'm like,
"Yeah,
have you ever heard of Lit RPG?" Well, funny you should ask. So
it'll be the second series that I've passed along to someone to read.
So good.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, Rachel, for joining. And Jess, thank you so much for being the 3rd official member. Joel, thank you for being here.
Anytime, bud.
I don't know what else to thank you for.
Thank the audience.
Yeah, I was getting ready to. I had to thank you too, motherfucker.
You
And
don't need to
everyone who
text
tuned in
me.
to watch tonight's episode, or if you're watching this on the apps or anything, please, thank you so much for watching. We do
Yeah.
appreciate it, and we hope you tune in for more random ass shenanigans of me just yelling and also talking about great books. So, but I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, whatever time you're listening to this. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. The royal wave.